Hello, everybody. Happy Monday afternoon. Today we are joined by Tanja Marcus, Washington. What we're going to do today is talk to everybody a little bit about mindset. Tanja is absolutely fantastic at this. Marcus and I both had the pleasure to speak to her before and listen to her speak. So today, how are you, Tanja? Nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm awesome, Tain. Thank you so much. G'day, Marcus. Hi, everyone.
How are you, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good as well. Another busy day, and I can't wait to talk to Tanja and talk about a few things, mindset. Especially the times we're in now.
Yeah,
definitely. I suppose for people that haven't seen you before, what are you about? What do you do? And just a bit of a backstory about yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Tain. So, hi, everyone. My name's Tanja. I am based in Melbourne, down on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula. Professionally, I'm a leading life and business coach, and I've, for the last almost 6 years, have specialized my skills in working in the real estate and property sector nationally and internationally. And I do that because what we know from international research is most people are really unhappy and unfulfilled with the experience of being human generally, right? We're stuck, we're in a funk, we have goals and dreams and aspirations, and we procrastinate and we avoid, and life is not often for many people what we desire it to be. Whack on a global pandemic and have Corona Loco hit town on top of that, and that's going to create what I believe is the biggest human pandemic, which is just suffering, and a lot of it unnecessarily. So my why is I live and breathe every day to inspire and empower people to fulfill their potential, no matter what the external circumstances.
Yeah, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. I think it's a great message to get out to people. And as I said, both Marcus and I tune into your Facebook Lives as well. And make sure we'll drop the link in here later. Jump on and have a listen. She's got a great message. I think it's every Monday. Is that correct? Monday morning?
Yeah. So every Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just called Tea with Tanja Lee. I just come on to, Instagram and Facebook. Monday is all about setting intention. So what would you really love to create for yourself for the week or have a breakthrough in? And where are you stuck? Where are you avoiding? Where are you procrastinating? And I just work with people to find out what's going on in the subconscious mind that's sabotaging your success. And then Friday is just Q&A Friday, where I just do rapid fire free coaching, and it's absolutely free. So there's just no excuses for people to sit there in the sediment of suffering when they can have a resource available, to give them a hand and help them out.
Yeah, love it.
That's awesome. No, you're a legend. You're a legend, Tanja. So, what mechanisms, things can people do right now? Today and the last couple of weeks, I've been speaking to a lot of people that unfortunately aren't working, that, they've been put off the last 6 weeks. And I guess it's more about trying to get through these really tough times for some people that they don't have money coming in. And, a lot of people be stressing out, I think, that aren't working. So what's some of the things they can do to keep their head straight and ready for to come out the other end?
Yeah, good question, and good on you, both of you, for creating this platform to be of service to others. Before I answer that question, I do just want to throw into the space that no matter who you are watching this, I want to just acknowledge that it is, I'm smiling and being positive and having a good time here, but I do want to acknowledge for many people there is quite a severity around what's going on. So whether you're watching this and you've had your hours drop, or you've lost your job, or your partner's lost their job, or you've got to work a full-time job from home and you're homeschooling, Tain, we were talking about that off air. I really just want to begin by just saying I see you, I hear you, and I feel you, even though I don't know you. And I just acknowledge it's not easy. And so what we want to do today is give you a raft to go, yeah, it's not easy. And how can I, rise resilient in these times? The first tip I would give my friends is accept what is. And what does that mean? Most of us, how many times have you gone into to get your coffee and you go to the barista and it's pouring outside and the barista goes, how's your day? And the person next to you is being served and they go, bloody lousy, this weather's crap, right? But winter is doing what winter does. It's supposed to rain in winter, but so we're resisting what is. And so when we resist what is, it instantly creates conflict. So my first invitation is accept what is. Now, I'm not asking you to like Corona Loco. I'm not asking you to, enjoy it necessarily, but I'm asking you to accept that it's here and accept, depending on where you are around the country or the world watching this, we need to accommodate our behaviors, and we need to adjust how we do things temporarily. So the sooner you accept what is and go with what is, will take you out of resistance and conflict. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
So that's the first thing. Just accept what is, not to be disempowered, but just go, okay, well, in Victoria, we've got a curfew. We can't leave the house after 8. We can't leave, you got one person can go and exercise for an hour, and it just is what it is. So that's number one. Number two, what we do know from international research with COVID is people are dropping their habits because they're in lockdown. So we are on social media more. We're sleeping less. We're consuming 300 to 500 more calories a day. We're consuming a hell of a lot more Netflix and Stan a day. There's alcohol consumption and substance abuse is through the roof. And the fact is also statistics like, suicide and family violence is also on the rise. This is because people are really struggling with feeling out of control. The situation we're in is outside of our control. And that's why accepting what is to a degree, and then being as empowered as you can with what you can influence, which are 4 key things, is really critical. So what are the 4 key things that we can influence? Physical, number 1. Please make use of that hour of exercise. Don't get stuck in the 4 walls of your house and get locked in, insanity because you can't see the horizon. I've literally just raced back. That's why I'm shiny, because I just did a full-blown, hour walk down the beach just to expand and move my body, so that's really important. So less, TV, because every time you're on your phone, and you're consuming all that white noise and the blue screen and the white screen, your brain switches off melatonin, which means you don't get tired. So melatonin is the chemical and the hormone that actually goes, oh, I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm tired now. I'm going to shut the blinds and see you later. When your brain switches that off, you're like, oh, it's 2:00 in the morning and I'm still swiping left and right and I'm not tired. What's going on? So take care of yourself physically, sleep, less social media, eat fuel, not filler. Don't just eat because you're bored. Make sure you're still nourishing and nurturing your body with high quality food, and exercise so you can get dopamine and serotonin, those feel good hormones traveling through your body. Number 1. Number 2, this is the most interesting one I think at the moment too, which is mental. Be careful what you think about, because you become your thoughts. And if you are traveling down the victim town and getting stuck in the drama of the news and social media, it's hard to have hope.
Definitely.
And if you're talking with people that are in struggle and in victimhood and really talking negatively about it, is that going to deflate or inflate your energy? So be mindful of your environment, because we literally have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. 90% of them, guys, are the same regurgitated thoughts as the day before, and 85% of them are negative. That's before a pandemic. So we are bombarded with a lot of fear and a lot of controversy and a lot of bad news. And there's a saying in NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, called GIGO: good in, good out, garbage in, garbage out. So you want to fill your mind with good music, good podcasts, good content like what you guys are putting out, just good stuff so you can rise above the chaos of it all. The third one is emotion. And this is what I see as a peak performance coach a lot of. I believe that depression, which is high at the moment during COVID, depression, from my humble opinion, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so let me be responsible about that. My opinion is depression comes from some deep suppressing of emotion, which is just energy in motion that hasn't had any motion. So if you're feeling insecure and upset and you're not moving that energy physically, or you're not talking to your partner, or you're not punching the pillow, or you're not screaming in your car, if you're not moving the frustration, it is just going to get suppressed and suppressed and suppressed to the point where there's no air left. And then we get depressed. There's no space. So my friends, if you're watching this and you're feeling and navigating a sea of emotion, you need to express it. You need to talk to someone. There's a lot of free help out there too, Lifeline, helplines. So don't suffer in silence. And then the fourth one is spiritual. And, this is not religion, but this is have faith. Now is the time to have faith in something greater. you can view this situation in two ways: that life is happening to you and it sucks, or life is happening for you and you can use lockdown as a time to level up, and self-isolation for a time for personal transformation. And that's a choice we have.
Love it.
Definitely. Awesome. Great message there.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, like, you know, like you say, like there's just opportunity. Like this is out of context, but you know, I'm learning to juggle at the moment. Like, you know, and that's
awesome.
But you know, and that's just you know, trying to, you know, change something in me, or change the direction of where I'm going. And
Nice.
you know, that's the whole idea of these talks. And that, yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah.
And you're learning a new skill.
I love your point as well of are they deflators or inflators. I think that's a really, really good message as well. So I think surrounding yourself by people that are going to make you feel good, make you feel better, not jump on that bandwagon of, because everyone loves to be negative, and I think people would gravitate to that too easily. But I think it's keep it on its head. Let's get some positivity and get through this, because if your 6 weeks is going to be a lot longer if you look at it in a negative way.
Yeah, and misery loves company. You know, a lot of people pitch tents in Victim Town. They set up camp and they toast misery marshmallows, and they just talk about the stuff that they have no control over. Because there's two lanes you can be in. There's your circle of control or your circle of influence. We can't control a global pandemic other than, you know, isolate and do what we're being asked to do. We can't control the weather. We can't control the market for those in real estate. We can't control the Reserve Bank. We can't control vendors doing price adjustments or, negotiation, or we can control negotiations, but you can't control the things outside of your control. But it's phenomenal, my friends, to learn how many hours a week, a month, and a year we spend thinking about all the things that we can't control, complaining and worrying about the stuff we can't control, when what we can control, which is our physical health, our mental aptitude, our emotional landscape, our relationships, that's the stuff we just need to put our energy into and be the best version of ourselves that we can. Easier said than done in these times for sure, but if now is a time to rise and thrive, it is now.
Yeah. Definitely. And I guess I love your, your energy, your belief and things like that. Obviously, yourself, you must have some people that you look up to, or some books that you read, or some mentors you might have. Is there anyone or any books out there or podcasts that you might recommend for people to listen to?
Well, here's one we'd prepared earlier. So I know as we were preparing for this call, I went and grabbed this. It's usually by my side all the time. So yes, there's a lot of people that I look up to, the usual suspects, of course, Gandhi, Oprah, Mother Teresa, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, Nelson Mandela, people who have a dream bigger than their circumstances, people that are willing to stand in futures that don't exist and willing to be cause in the matter of creating a new reality. And that is something that I'm definitely passionate about. We can be victims of circumstance or creators of our reality. And so all the work that I do is about reminding us of our innate greatness and reminding us of our ability to really create transformation even in times of deep challenge. Marcus has said he's flat out. There are agents in the same postcode. Some are, complaining of no listings and not being able to change people's lives, and others are flat out and need a second assistant. And it's because of your, like you were saying off air, Tain, you could view this as the worst time on the planet, or you could view this as the best time to deep dive with your kids homeschooling.
Yeah. Your
perception creates your reality. So a guy that I absolutely love is a man called Hal Elrod. He's written a book called The Miracle Morning, 6 Habits to Transform Your Life Before 8 a.m. An incredible guy. He's literally died 3 times. He's currently navigating leukemia. One time that he died, his heart was stopped for 6 minutes. He, long story short, he was a very, very successful salesperson of a knife company, and a multi-award winning and doing a great job. Was hit by a truck, and the reason he was and died but came back to life and told he would never walk again. The reason he was most successful is he studied the most successful people on the planet. He studied their behaviors. He studied their ways that they do things. He studied their the practices they do every day, and he distilled that there are 6 fundamental things that the most successful people on the planet do. And I'm not just talking financial success. I'm talking influence, reach, philanthropic endeavors, of course, entrepreneurialism, like amazing thought leaders, and then, of course, wealth creators. And he got to see that all of these people, some I mentioned before, they had these 6 themes, and not one of them did all 6. The most any person did was 1, 2, or 3. And he said, there's these themes that these people do. And the themes are in this order. He made it as an acronym called SAVERS, SAVERS, which he breaks down in this book. You can get the book printable, and you can get it on Audible as well. I don't get commission or a kickback if you buy it. I just get, if you read it and do it, you get an awesome life. I practice this daily. So SAVERS. Pardon?
That's a pretty good deal.
I know, right? I promote it every day. Just kidding. So SAVERS, S is, first of all, is for silence, being meditation. Now, I mentioned before, you and I share, we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. 90% of them are the same regurgitated, boring thoughts as the day before, and 85% are negative. Meditation creates space so we can interrupt that pattern and start to have space between our thinking, because then we can become conscious of the quality of our thoughts. Are we thinking things that elevate us, or are we thinking things that deflate us and head us down to Victim Town toasting marshmallows with our friends? So meditation and silence is key, even if it's just a walk in nature. A is for affirmation, affirming who you are, affirming that it's great to be at homeschooling with the kids, affirming that this too shall pass, affirming positive affirmations that will train your subconscious brain to be geared to more positive pursuits and endeavors. V is for visualize. International research shows that if you have a vision board, whether it's a screensaver on your phone, whether it's a digital vision board, I have a movie of my life. It goes for 5 minutes and 3 seconds. I literally watch a movie with all my affirmations, all the things that is in my future with a killer track. And I watch the movie of my life every day, and I'm manifesting that. The research shows, my friends, that if you have that in your life, you increase your chances of manifesting it by 67%. So have a vision for yourself that's inspiring and that gets you out of the sediment of suffering. E, of course, is for exercise. Move your body, get those dopamine and serotonin, feel good hormones happening, because that will reduce stress, reduce your cortisol, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which allows us to rest and restore. Most of us, my friends, run around in life like there's a saber-toothed tiger chasing our booty, highly stressed, doing too much in too little time, and it's unhealthy and unsustainable. And then we're caffeining up and drinking too much, booze as well. Some of us, not all of us. R is for reading or listening to podcasts. So reading a good book, listening to a podcast, just fueling the brain with the good stuff. And then the final piece being S is for scribing in your gratitude journal. Having an attitude of gratitude will elevate your altitude. If you are watching this and you really feel like crap and your days have been dark, I promise you, one way out, if you don't do all 6, just start to flick the switch and be grateful that there's no bombs going off outside. You can go and order a sexy coffee online and go and pick it up. Maybe you wear a mask, but you can still pick it up. You got running water in the tap. You got clothes on your back. Maybe you've got toys on the floor from the kids that you have. You know what I mean? There is so much to be grateful for. And I think one thing for me, certainly, that this pandemic is illuminating is just how blindsided we get by drama. And the thing that we can control is where attention goes, energy flows. If we just from this conversation today focus on the good stuff, we'll start to feel better. So that is a ripper book. I highly recommend it. It's a simple read and you can implement the savers, whether you do it for 6 minutes or 60 minutes a day. It's a game changer and it really does elevate your state.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely brilliant. I think that's definitely worth a read there, Marcus. What do you think?
Yeah, can you just order me one, Tain, and I'll pay that.
Do it yourself. No.
I'll see if there's a one I can download and send across here. But no, look, that's absolutely brilliant message. I love the message you're getting out to people, and I think in this time, there's never been a more important time for people to focus on their mental health and their physical health as well. We had a personal trainer on here last week as well, so I've been doing some exercise with the kids, and they absolutely love it. Now I've got to ask every morning saying, what's on, when are we doing exercise, Dad? Can we put our exercise stuff on? So
that's good.
Yeah, I think it's just a great thing to be able to do. And I think getting that positive message out to people. And look, I do think there's a lot of people out there that are finding the positives in the time. And there's definitely moments where it's very, very difficult.
Yes.
But I think it's important to just realize that they're moments. They're not whole days. They're not weeks. They're not months. They're not years.
Well said.
It's just a moment.
Yeah, well said, Tain. And it's like hats off to everyone that's homeschooling. I don't think I could do it. That's a tough gig. You got a second full-time job and it's hard, right? And high school stuff is hard. I don't get it. But yeah, so big shout out to anyone that's watching that is homeschooling as well as working and homemaking and navigating this time. But yeah, I agree with you. It's just breathe, moment by moment. That's all we can do. One day at a time, one moment at a time. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Nah, awesome. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time to have a chat to both Marcus and myself and our awesome clients and community that we have here. And as we always say, that if you are a local business and you need a bit of a hand at the moment, please get in contact with us. We're happy to run any promotions or just give you a bit of a plug and just help your business grow during this time. If you're operating your business a little bit different, get in contact, and we're happy to share that with our viewers and things like that as well. But again, Marcus, thanks for joining us. Great to see you and good to see you smashing it out there. Anyone wants to jump on a Tanja's page, I'll get that out there as well. And thanks again for watching.
Yeah,
thanks, Marcus. Thanks, Tain. We're in this together.
Sorry?
Yeah.
We're in this together.
We are. And thanks, Aaron, for watching, mate.
Oh, hey, Aaron. Good on you, buddy.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your night, and we'll talk to you soon.